After I had finished off some of the modifications and also carbon fiber decal application on the main chassis itself, it was time to move on to adding additional details by adding the engine parts and also finishing off the interior. So a couple of the parts could be glued together prior to painting, as they all need to be the same color anyway. It's a lot easier to have them assembled already and not have to do that after paint, as that's a couple less parts to paint, of course. Then I went through the instruction manual and looked at all of the parts that were required for the steps that I will be doing during this build process, and took them out of the sprues, cleaned them up a bit where necessary, and primed them all with some Zero Paints grade primer. Most of them were painted either in a flat black or in a silver. The main interior tub has a lot of beautifully molded in details. Now these of course are all painted in the same color when airbrushing, so additional details need to be added with a brush, or you can just carefully mask it off and start with airbrushing it. I just decided to go with a brush as that's a lot easier, and since most of this will be hidden anyway once the bodywork is on, the roll cage is in, and all that stuff, it can't really be seen, so I'm not that bothered by some paint streaks from a brush. Additional parts were also painted with a silver. With the Revell kit, there is also a huge sheet of decals. Now most of them are of course for the exterior and were replaced with the Wynn's livery that I'm using instead of the Ford livery, and a lot of the other decals are actually for the interior, which add a real lot of detail to it. As you can see, there's a lot of emblems, stickers, and even warnings to be added. So a couple of you will start screaming at your screen in a couple of seconds, but firstly let me explain. Scale Motorsport has supplied a super detail set for this build, which includes a lot of details for the interior as well, and some of those details are seatbelt buckles. Now these would have added a lot of detail to the interior. Now the sad thing is I didn't have any seatbelt material that would fit. I couldn't make anything that would look good enough, and I also couldn't really be bothered by the extreme amount of work for creating those seat belts, as I just applied carbon fiber decals a couple days long onto the chassis, and I was kind of over it for this one. Now instead of just trying to do it anyway and potentially messing it up and not making it look really good, there were luckily some decals supplied by the Revell kit which do look good. They have all the additional details on there, but they're not actual parts, of course. Now it's a lot less work and it still looks pretty good, so I decided to go with that, as most of it again will be hidden once all of the parts are assembled and you can't really see it anyway. Now, it would have been great to have added those and also show it in the videos, but luckily I have done it multiple times and there are multiple videos on my channel that show the process. So don't be too fussed about this one, it will be done on another one in the future, I promise. And that's pretty much it for the interior part right now. I need to start assembling the engine and adding some details on there as well before I could move on with more of the assembly for the rest of the chassis. With a couple of the details added to the engine and it all assembled, I could put it in place and weather it just a little bit with some Tamiya Panelline accent color, just to give it a bit more depth and not look as mighty clean as it does right now. A few more decals needed to be added to the interior before I could do the final assembly on it, and then of course, like I said, I can move on to gluing more parts together and finishing the interior off for now. So as you can see, the steering wheel and the dashboard have a lot of nice molded in details. Luckily, Revell also added a lot of decals for this with all of the small details on them. So I just placed them carefully in the main position and then add some decal softening solution just to gently form them in place. Once all of those small decals were applied and formed to shape, I could start assembling the final couple pieces and finish the interior off. With that top piece of the roll cage glued in place, that's it for this step. In the next video, I will start work on all of the suspension, wheels, and also the brakes as well, and maybe even on some of the exterior work and the finalization of this build. Now hopefully you're not too mad at me for not using the super detail set on the seat belts. As you can see, it still looks pretty convincing, and once it's all assembled, I think it will look just fine. I'd still like to know what you guys would have done if this was your build, so feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below the video and let me know what your thoughts are. Hope to see you guys in the next video.